some deputy chiefs and people that the mayor personally knew that apparently may have died in that building. A lot of officers, a lot of firemen trying to rescue some of the people there were caught when the buildings collapsed. And I think that shook them, and I really think he was shaken, as many people were, by what's happened.
It was, I'm not sure how long it actually was before we in the city of New York heard from the mayor, but obviously things kind of operated on autopilot in terms of the response, the emergency response. Did you get the feeling that the mayor was in control of things from the outset and was able to impart to New Yorkers what needed to take place to try to deal with the situation in a controlled and effective manner?
Well, interestingly enough, the old command center, which is in police headquarters, was put into operation. And while they at one point said they were going to evacuate for security reasons, they put that out. Apparently they never evacuated, at least not the command center on the 13th floor of police headquarters. That's in operation. So as Chuck was saying, it sort of went into automatic mode in terms of what the police and firemen started to respond. The problem is, you know, no one expected, and certainly the question will have to be raised at some point, why were we not prepared? In the sense, why were we not prepared for an airplane to crash into the World Trade Center? This is something that has been talked about by experts, scenarios, possible scenarios, and I don't know, but it certainly seemed like nobody expected this. It certainly seemed like there's no way, I don't know how we could prepare if we could, but it certainly was something that no one, certainly you wouldn't have all these officers and firefighters inside those buildings when they collapsed, had we known.
I think, yes, I think that certainly we'll be looking into that, because the buildings were vulnerable, in hindsight, clearly. Once you had that intense jet fuel fire burning and weakening the steel that held the upper floors up, there was some vulnerability there. You would think that engineers would know that. And,
well, it all happened pretty quickly. I mean, part of the problem is, if you remember from 1993, that entire van, the Ryder van, was filled with explosives. It didn't do anything to the structure of the World Trade Center. It did not affect it at all. But during the trial, the terrorists who were tried and convicted for bombing the World Trade Center in 1993, they said our intent was to knock down the World Trade Center towers.
Totally.
Totally. And it seems, if in fact these are the same people, we don't know that yet, but if it is, one would have to say they finally succeeded in what the plan was in 1993 to knock down these buildings.
Building 7, World Trade Tower number 7, T-Wall, went down within the past hour, and our sister station, the cable network, MSNBC, was on the air live when number 7 went down. We want to take a look at that unfolding live earlier.
We have the wrong tape there, but we're going to get that tape. You're going to see number 7 collapse in a moment here as soon as we get the correct tape queued up. Forgive us, because it's a little bit confusing around here from time to time, but in any event, T.Y., let's continue our conversation about the mayor and how he's handled this. In the emergency bunker, when they function, the plan is to have heads of every agency show up in an emergency like this in a specific location, so you can coordinate the fire department, the sanitation department, the transit authority. All of these people have to be coordinated.
Which is a good idea. I mean, and it used to be in police headquarters. They moved it to the OEM center, state-of-the-art. Everything was state-of-the-art. We were told that bulletproof, bomb-proof, hurricane-proof, but not apparently building collapse-proof. I mean, that's the, and whether one can have expected that, whether the experts should have thought of that, you know, I don't know. We will have to find out in the months to come, certainly.
Okay, thanks, T.Y.
Rob Morrison was downtown, Lower Manhattan, when World Trade Center Tower 7 went down. Rob?
Okay, Jim, you were asking for that tape. We have it in our truck, so we're going to do what's called a hot roll here. There might be a glitch or two on the air, but we're going to roll that tape for you. This is World Trade number 7 collapsing just about 15, 20 minutes ago. What happened with World Trade Center number 7 was that it was compromised earlier in the day. When the first tower went down, that was the second collapse, which is to say tower number 1. When that went down, it toppled into number 7. A fire started burning at that point, and it burned for a good portion of the day. That was the thick smoke that you saw coming out of that building most of the day. The structure was so compromised, firefighters and other rescue personnel were unable to get near that building. And as we were standing here reporting throughout the day, we saw that building, number 7, start to tilt more and more to the south. And then finally, about 15 or 20 minutes ago, as you just saw there, it toppled. Another victim of terrorism, as we've been reporting. Now, as that smoke just about continues to clear up there, we're told that a little bit farther down West Street, we're on West Street right now, and it's really tough to see through all the emergency personnel and all the smoke and the debris that's flying through the air, but we're told that there is another smaller building down there. Not sure which building it is, but it's definitely a smaller building, and right now we're told that that building is compromised as well, and that building might topple down.